Hi, Manpreet, Daphne here. How are you? Thank you for sending in your next essays and your email letting me know when you're doing your exam. It's so nice you've got a bit of time. It just gives you a bit less pressure, doesn't it? You're writing really, really well. I'm confident that you're going to do great. Um, and yeah, at least you can just relax a little bit and not work all night every night. So this is an informal email, okay, or informal letter. Quite interesting having the informal ones because there's lots of formal ones, aren't there? So it's quite good practice to do an informal one. Um, Now, I wonder if I could ask you a favour. I'm just about to record a podcast on letters. I did one, it's like a two-part podcast on letter writing, and I want to have a good example of an informal letter. I wonder if I could use your letter. Would you be happy with that? It's a really good letter. You're going to see here. I'm going to change a few things to make them more informal. And I just wondered if you'd be happy for me to share that with some other students on the podcast. If you're not happy, totally don't worry. But maybe let me know as soon as you can, and then I can work on it. Anyway, let me tell you what I want to say about this. So this is to a friend, okay? Dear Princey, hope you and everyone in your family are well. I'd say well instead of in good health. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with your letter. It is just the register. So this difference, which is quite subtle between like neutral and informal, we can go down to informal here. So I'd say they're well. Hope they're well. I'm writing this letter to share my experience of working at a new place. Okay, so what I would write in English is I just wanted to write and tell you my news or tell you what I'm up to. Okay, so for me, this is more natural. This is what I would write to a friend. As you know, I started working in a nursing home after passing my registered um, nurse license entrance exam. Good. At the beginning, or I would say at first, I had high expectations and was excited to work as a nurse. Okay, that's fine. That's nice background information. You need, because that's quite sort of formal almost, you need to kind of bring it down a level. So, however, I've put here, to be honest, we say that a lot, to be honest, you've put this job did not provide me a sense of satisfaction. It's okay, it's still a bit formal for me. So I'm putting here, the job wasn't. You can show a contraction in this letter, and in a way you probably should, because obviously on the formal letters you wouldn't. So you want to show the examiner, yeah, it's okay, I'm going to use a contraction here. The examiner wasn't, sorry, the job wasn't very fulfilling or satisfying, as it was mostly an administrative role. So I would just almost like relax this sentence. The job wasn't very fulfilling or satisfying, as it was mostly an administrative role. Okay, so instead, rather than this, therefore I did apply for, which is a bit formal for me. So instead, I applied for a vacancy on the medical floor surgery. Yep. Okay. Do you see the differences I'm making? They're really small, but they're quite important to show that you understand this register thing. I was very keen on getting this job, and finally I got lucky. Yeah. So rather than I secured this golden opportunity. So for me, that's too formal. I'm really enjoying, good, this is nice, this new work life with challenging responsibilities. I do work at, I'd probably say I visit or I sit with our patients. That's quite nice. That's maybe more friendly. Yeah, I sit with our patients, attend board meetings, work as a team leader. Yeah, and I'd stop there. I don't think you need this. It's quite long anyway. And this is again a bit sort of formal, and I don't know how to make it kind of neutral. I just don't think you need it. I'm not sure your friend would need that information. This is a lovely ending. It's been a long time since I heard from you. Do write back when you have time. Excellent. Love and regards, Manpreet. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So there's so much good stuff there. There's no, I'm not picking up any mistakes in your grammar. Vocab's lovely. It's just the tone, the register of it, which is important. Okay. Let me know if you're happy. I won't give your name, don't worry. But if you're happy for me to use it as a model, I'll change these names. That would be amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, this is interesting. Traveling has become more and more people are traveling. Let me just check the length on this. Okay, 286, that's fine. You can go a bit longer if you want to. I think up to 330 you're fine. If you've got lots to say and you've got time, keep going. Traveling has become increasingly popular all over the world. Why? Why? Start with something like in today's increasing connected world. You need a bit of a blah 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 at the beginning, yeah, which is why when we on the course when we talk about in today's developed and developing world on all the model essays you'll see on the website, they've all got a bit of a sort of general thing before your main sentence. I think it's important because it just gives the examiner a chance to breathe almost. If you go straight in there, bam, with a big idea, it's like, oh, this is a bit more like a gentle beginning. Yeah, traveling has become increasingly popular all over the world. Yes, obviously, traveling for business and pleasure. So develop this a bit more. Yeah, sort of tell me where we're going on this. Although going on a journey renders tremendous benefits, it does accompany. It may. I wouldn't say does. Remember, we're avoiding big statements. May. So we like to use may, might, accompany. Do you think we can accompany drawbacks? Might entail? I think entail is the right word. Entail, a bit unusual that one. Or include some undeniable drawbacks too. This essay will discuss both sides. Okay, I think you should put a little bit of opinion. I know it's not a clean opinion essay, but I think it might be, I think you could put a little indication here on where you're going to go. There are countless benefits. So, there is no doubt that start with travelling offers innumerable, valuable benefits. Okay, I'd make travelling the subject of that sentence. I think that's more sophisticated. Okay, first of all, it provides an individual a sense of adventure. Good. Whether the purpose of travel is education, pilgrimage, or business. Excellent. Very good use of three. Super. Really love that. Well done. And leads to an expansion of one's horizons. Okay, good. Let's go a bit more of this and understanding of the world. So what we're trying to do, you're probably seeing this now as you've had quite a lot of my corrections. When you have expansion of a horizon, amazing. And tell me it again. Just like repeat it, but in a different way. So then it's a good style of writing. Okay, it's quite an academic style of writing. You probably know that. But also it just gives you more vocabulary, shows more vocabulary. So I've just said the same thing again, basically, but in a different way. To illustrate, a person may learn to communicate in a foreign language, make new friends, and learn his culture more closely by comparing it to a totally different one. Yes, lovely. Also, it makes a person an intrepid explorer. Okay. Also, it. So let's not keep on repeating it. So let's say independent. Independent travel makes a person, or may make a person into an intrepid explorer. Let's go into intangible, intangible, physical and emotional experience. Good. Okay, so again, we're just adding a few words here and there to upgrades it, shows your vocabulary, it reinforces the point you're making. Next, instead don't repeat it, and we want to find another word. Trips, short trips, as well as longer voyages could help. Yeah. Do you see what I'm doing, Manpreet? It's a great essay. But you see what I'm doing is just adding in little things to make it even better. Break the monotony of daily routines and work life, which otherwise may good, otherwise affect your mental fit. Yep, good, good, nice. For example, people go on vacation to those locations where they'd be able to. People usually, yeah, go for a vacation. Usually holiday in. I wouldn't say go. Try and avoid that. It's like holiday in, holiday in those destinations where they are able, will be able to enjoy, I suppose, sunny, yeah, and totally relax. Absolutely, I want a holiday. Yeah, good. Okay, sorry. Do you see what we've done here? This paragraph is very good, but we've kind of added in all these little bits here to make it great. However, it is true that traveling does have noticeable disadvantages as well. Firstly, it has a damaging. Firstly, experts believe. So rather than it, let's put in a proper somebody here. Experts believe it has a damaging effect on the ecosystem because why? Creating greenhouse gases. Yeah, pollution, adding to pollution. You must develop this now. While more and more travellers visit, uh, uh, you've got to mix up two structures here. You want to have either the more travellers visit tourist attractions, the greater the carbon footprint into the atmosphere. That would be quite nice. Or while more and more travellers decide to visit various tourist attractions. No, it's not while. As more and more people. Okay, so I'd say as, put it in caps, as more and more travellers decide to visit various travel um, as their their carbon footprint, move that, their carbon footprint on the into the atmosphere becomes greater. Okay, I hope you can work that out. Their carbon footprint into the atmosphere becomes greater. So you need to have some more verbs in here. Tricky sentence structure. You're being very ambitious, which is fantastic, but it's slightly mixed up two ways of doing it. Secondly, skyrocketing good ticket prices and other expenses involved in going on a journey may break the bank balance. Yeah. Furthermore, due to the unfavourable climate conditions or heavy traffic, lengthy delays and long waiting bus times can add to an arduous journey. Yes, making the appeal of staying at home or closer to home more attractive. So balance that argument. Okay, I will just add that on there. Okay. Okay, to conclude, I believe that, give me a little bit of opinion in here, it's an incredible experience and can make people feel as if they're reading a non-fiction book. Oh yeah, I love that. But it has pitfalls too. And pitfalls too, which may make people feel their holiday has been an here. May make them feel the holiday was or has been an unmitigated disaster. Okay. Yes, I'm maybe go for a prediction here. In the future, people may be more aware of, maybe more inclined to travel less in order to protect the environment. I think you could go for a nice little prediction, make that conclusion a bit longer. Okay, so remember, you are writing so well. I really hope the corrections are useful. So next essay, try and just develop, go a bit longer. Doesn't matter, just go a little. I mean, I've only made it a little bit longer. Try and develop these ideas a little bit more, but you are doing really, really well. Very happy with this. Great stuff. Thank you.